My bride failed a lie detector test at our wedding. The wedding MC suggested using a lie detector for a fun game to liven up the reception. He asked the bride, "Is this man standing before you the love of your life?" Without hesitation, she answered, "Yes." But then the lie detector buzzed with electrical current. She was lying. The moment the electrical current ran through my fingertips, I looked up at Olivia in disbelief. She wasn't looking at me. Instead, her eyes were fixed eagerly on the entrance, clearly expecting someone. "Olivia, you'd better have an explanation for this." She impatiently tossed the lie detector aside. "It's just a faulty device giving off static. Why are you making such a big deal?" This was the latest model on the market. The developers had tested it thousands of times with minimal error rates. When I stayed silent, she angrily shook off my hand. "Are you really going to ruin our wedding over some stupid gadget? I should never have agreed to marry you in the first place." She didn't lower her voice. Every guest heard her clearly. My face burned with embarrassment, but I decided to continue with the ceremony. Then came a commotion at the entrance. A man in a designer suit appeared, carrying a huge bouquet of red roses. Olivia couldn't contain her excitement. She grabbed her dress, ready to leave. I caught her wrist in disbelief. "Olivia, this is our wedding." She frowned and pulled away. "I know. But Marcus, stop being childish. Let's pause the ceremony. I have an emergency." My expression darkened. I didn't move. She grew agitated, breaking free. I said, "It's urgent. Will pausing for 10 minutes kill you? Do you want everyone to watch this spectacle?" Before anyone could react, she lifted her dress and ran toward the man with roses. He was Ethan Cross, Olivia's first love. I'd grabbed her because I wanted to ask, "If you agreed to marry me, why are you tangling with him on our wedding day?" But I couldn't voice those words. I wanted to preserve our last shred of dignity. They fled under the gaze of family and friends, like lovebirds escaping to freedom. And I was the cage trapping Olivia. But she had agreed to marry me. The MC stood awkwardly, trying to salvage the situation, but the wedding had become a farce. Just like our doomed relationship beyond saving. Seeing things going south, Olivia's parents stood up to explain. Kids these days. Still so playful even on her wedding day. "It's fine, I'll call her back immediately." The call connected. Olivia's cheerful voice rang out, "Did Marcus ask you to call? Tell him I have an appointment. We can continue the wedding this afternoon." She was on speaker. In the quiet reception hall. Her words exploded like a bomb. Her mother frantically tried to hang up but fumbled with the phone, accidentally turning the volume to maximum instead. Olivia, unaware the call hadn't ended, continued chatting with the man. "I knew you'd come. This dress, we picked it together, remember? Do you like it? But another man has touched this dress. It's dirty now. I'd rather show you what I look like without it. My mother has high blood pressure." Hearing this, her eyes rolled back and she fainted. I called 911 immediately. My groomsmen helped me get her into the ambulance. Olivia's mother kept making excuses. "There must be some misunderstanding. You've been together 3 years. You know what kind of person she is." That's exactly why I was so disappointed. The lie detector hadn't malfunctioned. I wasn't the one she loved. The bride ran away. This wedding is over. I ripped off my boutonniere and tossed it aside, exhausted. I need to get to the hospital. Excuse me. 3 years together, and I still couldn't compete with her first love. If that's how it is, I'll let them have each other. At the hospital, before I could even check on my mother, Olivia called to berate me. "Marcus, I said we'd continue this afternoon. What do you mean by clearing the venue? First you throw a tantrum at the wedding, now you cancel everything. Do you even want to get married? You picked the date, you proposed, you wanted the lie detector game. What more do you want from me?" She didn't explain why she left mid-ceremony or said those intimate things to her ex. She wouldn't even bother with a half-hearted excuse. She only blamed me for canceling the venue and dismissing the guests. She could never be wrong. Only I could be. "Cat, got your tongue? You never say anything useful. I don't know why I agreed to marry you." Her abuse made my ears ring. I held the phone away until she finished. "I've canceled the wedding. Ask your parents why." She was confused. "What do you mean? You canceled it, why should I ask them? Besides, aren't you all together plotting against me?" She didn't know everyone had heard her conversation. "Forget it. I'm done wasting words on you." The line went dead. Finally, peace. I stayed with my mother at the hospital. The next day at discharge, Olivia unexpectedly appeared at the door. She nervously twisted her shirt hem and called out, "Mom." My mother snorted. "Don't call me that. No ceremony, no certificate, I am not your mother-in-law." Olivia hooked her pinky around mine. "Marcus, please explain to Mom. Yesterday was an accident. If I didn't love you, I wouldn't have accepted your proposal. Yesterday was." She bit her lip, voice muffled. "I'll explain everything later." My mother's blood pressure couldn't handle stress. I didn't want to argue in front of her. We went home first. After the hospital, Olivia became unusually attentive. She stayed at my place, serving tea and water, even though my mother never warmed to her. But Mom wasn't comfortable there. After a few days, she wanted to go back to her hometown. After taking Mom home, I started packing Olivia's things. She grabbed my hands. "Marcus, let me explain. I glanced at her. She hugged my arm apologetically. Ethan and I had a promise. If he came to my wedding, I'd leave with him. He has severe memory disorder and depression. He only remembers when we were most in love. Last time, when we went ring shopping, he walked into traffic trying to kill himself. Before that, when we took wedding photos, he attempted suicide at home. So that's why she rushed the photographer during our wedding shoot, because Ethan was threatening suicide. He only has me now. If I don't help him, he really might die. Besides, I still came back to marry you. You wanted an explanation. I can explain to everyone. Explain what? That my fiancée left ring shopping to comfort her ex? That during our wedding photos, she was thinking of another man? That the bride fled the wedding to cuckold me? Too humiliating. It would only make me a laughingstock. She looked up at me with the same passionate sincerity as when we first met. As if the wedding disaster never happened, as if we were still a loving couple. Seeing my silence, she cried pitifully, tears dropping into my palm, burning a hole in my heart. Marcus, I was wrong. I shouldn't have left you alone at the wedding. Let's get our marriage license in a few days and have another ceremony. I'll apologize and explain everything myself. I promise I'll never abandon you for him again. She sobbed in my arms. I softened despite myself. I knew our relationship could never be pure again. Though the wedding wasn't finished, Olivia suggested dinner to celebrate our marriage. I had no objections. She busily made reservations and planned everything. I saw glimpses of the vibrant, beautiful Olivia who once had eyes only for me. After the food arrived, she mysteriously produced an elegant gift box. Blushing shyly, she said, "This is your wedding gift. I meant to give it last night. But after that little incident, I hope it's not too late." I opened the box to find a pair of matching rings. I smiled. I had matching rings in my pocket too. Great minds think alike. Maybe I'd misunderstood. Yesterday really was just an accident. She did love me. She was just too kind, unable to ignore her ex. I smiled, about to show her my rings. Then a familiar figure appeared. Seeing Olivia, Ethan sounded surprised and delighted. "Liv, what are you doing here? I've been looking everywhere." "Who's this?" Ethan naturally took Olivia's hand. She didn't pull away, instead stammering an explanation. "He's just a friend who helped me out. I'm treating him to dinner. Let's go home. You're still sick and shouldn't be wandering around. I'll bring you out when you're better, okay?" Ethan grabbed the rings from the table. "Are these our wedding bands? I can't believe you already bought them." I started to speak but stopped at Olivia's pleading look. Yes. I wanted to surprise you, but you found them first." She smiled, sliding the ring onto Ethan's finger. The ring I thought was for me fit him perfectly. He was thinner than me. A ring that fit him perfectly would never fit me. I laughed bitterly. This ring was never meant for me. I was deluding myself. Looking up, Olivia had already walked away with him. I stared at the carefully ordered meal, completely without appetite. I hadn't noticed before there was shrimp scampi on the table. I'm allergic to shrimp. Olivia hates it too. Who likes shrimp? Who was she thinking of when ordering? The answer was obvious. My phone buzzed with her message. "Ethan's condition is getting worse. I need to take care of him." Just 3 hours ago, she'd promised never to abandon me for him again. Another broken promise. I pulled out the 2 rings engraved with our initials and tossed them in the trash. That night, just as I was going to bed, Olivia's mother called. "Marcus, is Liv with you? Put her on, I need to talk to her. I just scolded her yesterday, and now she won't answer my calls." "Marcus, are you there?" I confirmed, telling the truth. "Olivia's not here. The wedding's cancelled. Why would she come? To my place?" She panicked. "How can that be? She promised to apologize to you yesterday. How is she not with you?" I told her. We met briefly. She left before we finished dinner. The elderly woman wanted to call the police immediately. To avoid wasting resources and dealing with police at night, I promised to contact Olivia and get her home. As soon as she answered, Olivia's impatient voice came through. "I told you I'm with Ethan. Why are you calling so late? Your mom asked me to check if you're coming home tonight." Olivia paused. "I already said Ethan and I are just friends. And you tattled to my mom? She already dislikes Ethan, and she's not well. Are you trying to kill her? I can't believe you'd use my mother to threaten me. You're despicable." I didn't argue, letting her vent. Just as I was about to hang up, I heard her moan softly, voice sultry. "Ethan, be gentle." The call cut off abruptly. I smiled bitterly, put away my phone, and tried to sleep. But I couldn't rest that night. The tension I'd carried for weeks finally snapped. I developed a high fever. In my delirium, I remembered the last time I had a fever 3 years ago, when I first met Olivia. My father had just died. We'd borrowed heavily for his treatment. 2 years out of college, I worked multiple jobs to help Mom pay off debts. When the debts were cleared, I collapsed from exhaustion at a bus stop. Olivia took me to the hospital and even paid my medical bills. When I looked for work again, she stayed by my side, encouraging me. We supported each other through the hardest 3 years. Only after saving for a house did I dare confess. She said yes. I assumed we'd marry, have children, grow old together. But I didn't know about her unforgettable first love. I first met Ethan when Olivia and I were choosing wedding dresses. When their eyes met, she froze for so long I asked what was wrong. She just shook her head absently. Later, Ethan became her gay best friend, always around. Even our wedding dress was in Ethan's preferred style. When I got upset, she said Ethan had been sickly since childhood with memory problems. I had to be understanding. I agreed. So when he called, she'd rush to care for him, even abandoning our wedding. I should have known when she first chose Ethan over me that our relationship was doomed. Olivia might love me, but she loved Ethan more. Maybe fate interrupted our wedding. We were together but not meant to be. Dawn broke. I woke from nightmares. Olivia's scolding voice rang in my ears, sick and won't even take medicine. Waiting for angels to save you? Get up. Take your medicine. I opened my eyes. Everything vanished. I laughed at myself. Dragging myself up, I found fever reducers in the medicine cabinet and swallowed them dry. The pills scraped my throat as memories of Olivia and me flashed through my mind. Was I having life flashbacks? Was I dying? My eyelids grew heavy. I collapsed on the couch and fell asleep. When I woke, sunlight streamed through the windows. Feeling slightly better, I found a thermometer. 101.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Great, still. Needed 4 fluids at the hospital. I changed and headed out. Olivia's car was parked downstairs. She rolled down the window. Get in. I froze. Why are you here? Didn't you text that you were sick? Hurry up, there's traffic behind us. I opened the passenger door. A man's suit jacket lay on the seat. Olivia paused, then carefully moved it to the back. Don't misunderstand. Ethan left it. I said nothing and checked our chat history. I had texted her probably when delirious. Really, when you're sick you should call, not just text. What if I was asleep and missed it? If something happened, you really would need angels to save you. I suddenly laughed. She got angrier. What's funny? I'm being serious. What's wrong with you? Nothing, just a fever. Some 4 fluids and I'll be fine. I opened the glove compartment for a mask and found an open box of condoms. My smile froze. I put on a mask, joking, quite the supply kit even has condoms. Olivia parked. You don't think I used them, do you? No. Ethan bought them at the store yesterday out of curiosity and opened one. I nodded. I know. I didn't ask about last night or who used half the box. It wasn't my business anymore. At the hospital, we didn't wait long. After getting the 4, Olivia insisted on holding the bag. You worked yourself to death those years and ruined your health. You need to take care. She suddenly stopped, unconsciously walking forward. The 4 line pulled, yanking the needle. I gasped in pain. Olivia hastily shoved the 4 pole at me. Hold this. Ethan limped on crutches, surprised. Liv, what are you doing here? Olivia worried. What happened? You were fine this morning. Nothing, just twisted my ankle chasing after you with breakfast. Why didn't you tell me? Coming to the hospital alone with a bad foot. Ethan looked guilty. I've troubled you enough when I'm sick. I didn't want to worry you. Besides, you hurt your ankle yesterday too. Olivia supported him back to his room. Passing me, Ethan stopped and let go of her. Maybe you should take care of Marcus. He is your fiancé after all. Olivia firmly took his arm again. What are you saying? He cancelled our wedding himself. I'm not his fiancé anymore. You're badly hurt. You need someone with you. I watched them walk away, not even noticing when the needle slipped. When I realized, blood had backed up high in the tube. I returned to the nurse's station for help. The nurse who'd helped earlier was surprised. Where's your girlfriend? How did the needle slip out in just 10 minutes? I explained, she's just a friend who happened to be passing by. She reinserted the needle without another word. After the 4, I stood outside debating between the subway or Uber. A car pulled up. Marcus, you look pale. Sick. Can't park here, get in first. It was my boss, Daniel, also my mentor. Heard you got married. Congratulations. Newly married and already at the hospital? Too much honeymoon action. Seeing his teasing smile, I smiled wryly. Don't mock me, Dan. Didn't work out. Wedding's off. Daniel had been in business for over a decade, sharp as they come. He immediately changed topics. Well, if it wasn't meant to be, better to know now. With your qualities, you'll find someone better soon. By the way, when are you coming back? Corporate's got a big project. I want you on it. Could mean a promotion. You're okay health-wise, right? Just a mild fever. I'll be in tomorrow. Idle time led to overthinking. I needed to stay busy. At home, I packed all of Olivia's things and had them couriered to her parents' house. To avoid texting Olivia while delirious again, I blocked her. She rarely messaged me anyway. Especially now, with Ethan to care for, she'd forgotten I existed. I thought that would end things. But after blocking her, she suddenly remembered to message me. Seeing the red exclamation mark, she realized she was blocked. She called furiously while I was in a department meeting. After 6 or 7 calls, Daniel finally told me to take it outside. The moment I answered, Olivia's angry voice assaulted my ears. Blocked on WhatsApp, ignoring calls. What's your problem, Marcus? Oh, and Mom says you sent all my stuff to their house. I was going to message you about rescheduling the wedding. Clearly unnecessary now. I agreed, following her lead. Definitely unnecessary. You said it yourself, wedding's cancelled, you're not my fiancé anymore. I know you still. Love, Ethan. I respect that and wish you well. Please don't call me again. I hung up before she could respond and blocked her number along with her parents. Olivia didn't call back, but appeared at my office after work. Marcus, stop right there. Olivia's eyes were red, tears still wet as she ran toward me. Colleagues gave me strange looks. They knew I'd just gotten married but not who the bride was. Seeing Olivia like this, they probably thought she was a mistress. Embarrassed and unable to explain, I pulled Olivia to a quiet corner. She broke free, voice hurt. What did you mean today? I only said that at the hospital to comfort Ethan. Don't you know if I want to marry you or not? I put my hands on my hips and laughed. Olivia, I love you, but that doesn't make me your fool. I heard everything that night. I kept quiet out of respect for our years together, to save you some face. You abandoned me at our wedding, made me everyone's laughingstock. I never blamed you. I gave you so many chances, but you never tried to fix things. I'm human. I get tired of always being the one who tries. If we're not on the same page, there's no point forcing it. Let's go our separate ways from here. I turned to leave, but Olivia grabbed my wrist. Red-eyed, I almost reached to wipe her tears before catching myself and cursing internally. Olivia was beautiful, that's why I fell for her at first sight. But beauty isn't everything. I didn't need her to contribute greatly to our future. At minimum, she had to love me wholeheartedly. She looked confused, trying to remember what night I meant. Finally, it clicked. That night? You misunderstood. I bumped my ankle on the table. Ethan was applying medicine. She lifted her pant leg. Look, there's still a faint mark. I didn't look. After too many lies, I couldn't believe anything she said. Seeing my silence, she raised her voice. It's true. I'll show you the pharmacy receipt. I nodded, pretending to believe her. Done? Can you let go now? I need to get home. She slowly released me, seemingly unable to believe such cold words from me. I'd always been gentle with her, making her forget. I was never easygoing. I could tolerate all her moods when I loved her. Now that I didn't, I could walk away cleanly. She crossed the line first. Why work so hard to hold on now? I underestimated Olivia's determination. After I rejected her, she waited outside my office every evening. Several times I saw her from upstairs and snuck out the employee exit. After a few times, she stopped coming. I thought she'd given up. But working late until 9 p.m. one night, I noticed my lights were on. Opening the door, I found Olivia had used my spare key from under the mat. Right, I'd forgotten to change the locks. Olivia used to bring me food. Since I worked late and wasn't often home, I'd told her where the spare was so she wouldn't wait outside. She'd fallen asleep at the table. The food was cold. Hearing me, she woke groggily. You're back? Tired? I'll heat up the food. I couldn't tell her I'd already bought takeout. I stood holding my food, smiling wryly. When she brought out the reheated meal, I was halfway through my takeout. She tossed my food aside, scolding, "This is so unhealthy. Eat real food. I made it myself, nutritious and healthy. You used to love my cooking, remember?" I looked up, enunciating clearly, "But I don't anymore." Her smile froze. The air turned eerily quiet. A shrill ringtone broke the silence. She pulled out her phone, glancing at me carefully before quickly declining the call. It kept ringing. I finished my takeout and laughed. Answer it. What if it's actually urgent this time? She forced a smile. It's nothing. What could be urgent? He's a grown man who can take care of himself. Don't worry. I explained, I need to rest. Your ringtone is really loud. Oh, right. Disappointed, she fiddled with her phone. A text notification sounded. She jumped up. Ethan tried to kill himself, slit his wrists. He's at the hospital. Don't misunderstand. Ethan has no family here. I'm his only friend. Bye. The time I looked up, she was already at the door putting on shoes. I laughed at myself for knowing the answer yet still harboring hope. In 2 days, I'd be leaving this city with Daniel anyway. Corporate was opening a branch in my hometown. I'd volunteered for the transfer. I'd originally come here to make money and pay off family debts, then met Olivia. To marry her, I'd struggled here for years more. Now I had money, debts were paid, but no wedding. Might as well go home. It was close to family and convenient for taking care of Mom. She'd suffered all her life. Time for her to enjoy her golden years. After Olivia left, I couldn't find the spare key under the mat. I laughed she took my key when she left. Next morning, I called a locksmith. During lunch break, Olivia called from a new number. Ethan's condition is getting worse. He's decided to go abroad for treatment. He'll never bother us again. I was busy with handover work and had no patience. Are you done? I'm busy. No time for your trivial updates. Whatever happens between you to marriage, breakup, it's none of my business. Understand? I hung up and immediately blocked this number too. The handover was complex. To train my replacement and finish the last project, I practically lived at the office. Naturally, I didn't know Olivia waited at my door for 2 days. Her parents called, saying she was young and only helped Ethan out of pity. They said she really knew her mistake and would be good to me. But I couldn't accept it. First Ethan, then who knows who else. I didn't know what other crushes she had. I couldn't gamble on it. Moving day, Olivia slipped in while the movers worked. I was packing personal items in the bedroom. I found a ceramic Lucky Cat in the nightstand, ugly colors but carefully preserved. I'd even brought it from my old rental to this home. Because Olivia gave it to me the day I paid off our debts. I laughed and tossed it in the trash. No expected crash came. Olivia dove forward, catching it before it hit the ground. So careless. Almost broke it. I remember you loved this Lucky Cat, said it looked like me. She held it next to her face. Cute, right? I closed my suitcase, expressionless. That was before. Now? I don't like it anymore. Her smile froze. She carefully set down the cat and tugged my sleeve. Still angry? I didn't lie. Ethan flies abroad for treatment today. She showed me his flight information. I nodded. What a coincidence. I'm leaving today too. Where? Vacation? Wait, I'll pack and come with you. Oh, you're moving everything for renovation? If you need a place to stay, come to mine. I avoided her questions, pressed the Lucky Cat into her arms, and walked her to the door. Her phone rang. She tucked the cat under her arm. Send you off? Her voice shot up. She walked out, covering the phone. I'm busy now. No time. I'm not your mother, revolving around you 24/7. I have my own life. You're almost 30. Can't you handle small things yourself? Watching her, I spaced out. So this is how she looked, talking to me, impatient and irritated. The sound of breaking ceramic brought me back. She'd stepped back, accidentally dropping the cat, and apologized frantically. I smiled. It was yours anyway. Do what you want with it. No need to apologize. I closed the door completely, shutting out all sound. I listed the house with an agent and took the early morning train alone. That day, I cut all ties with this city. So when I saw Olivia in my hometown later, I was momentarily confused. Olivia had lost weight, paper thin, blown to me by the wind. Marcus. Why? Did you leave without saying goodbye? Do you know how long I looked for you? If your colleague hadn't let it slip. My girlfriend linked her arm with mine. Is this your friend? Looks like you owe her money. Let's sit and talk. Marcus isn't the type to skip out on debts. I laughed. Who owes money? This is my ex. Just a chance encounter. Trust is crucial in relationships. I never hide my past from her. Olivia stood frozen. I waved goodbye. Mom's expecting us for dinner. No time to catch up. I met Grace Chin 2 years ago through a blind date. We clicked unexpectedly and were now planning our wedding. I hadn't expected Olivia to appear. Though I'd told Grace about her, I worried she might overthink. At home, I immediately explained. She laughed. So anxious. Do I seem that petty to you? After that, Olivia didn't contact me again. I finally relaxed. 2 weeks later, I received a text from an unknown number. Do you think your fiancé really loves you? Bizarre. I ignored it and continued selecting hotels for next month's wedding. The number texted again. Aren't you curious why your fiancé went out at this hour? My heart skipped. Nearly 10 p.m. Grace had left half an hour ago. I quickly realized this was Olivia. Who else would play such games? A photo came through an embrace. The woman was clearly Grace, my fiancé. See? Everyone's the same. We all have someone we can't let go. She's no different. My mind raced. I almost rushed out impulsively. After calming down, I sat back and replied. She's not like you. I wanted to hear Grace's explanation. At 10:30, the doorbell rang. Through the peephole, I saw Grace holding a giant teddy bear and a cake. I quickly opened the door. She shoved everything at me and collapsed on the couch, panting. I'm exhausted. I asked why she suddenly wanted cake at night. She stared. It's your birthday. Did you forget? Seeing my confusion, she continued, of course you did. Too busy with wedding planning to remember your own birthday. You mentioned once that other kids had teddy bears on their beds growing up. Now you have one too. Tell me anything else you want, I'll spoil you rotten. Growing up poor, we'd counted every penny. No money for useless toys. I hadn't expected her to remember my casual comment. Actually, I'd already received her gift. The best gift in my 30 years. Touched, I glimpsed a red hem hiding in the shadows and closed the door. I told Grace about Olivia's texts as a joke. She insisted on seeing the photo. This is just AI. The man's this teddy bear, see the brown clothes? Pretty convincing fake though. Your ex probably doesn't know that before meeting you, I was firmly against marriage. Forget ex-boyfriends or crushes, all my friends are single by choice too. On our wedding day, someone gave a $1,000 gift signed, I'm sorry. Grace asked what to do. I transferred it back to Olivia's parents' account. I'd found my happiness. I didn't need her belated apology. Once damage is done, it can't be erased. All I could do was move forward bravely. Fortunately, I wouldn't walk that path alone. The end.